Yeah, blow.
To the parrot then.
Yeah. I don't know. It might not be a parrot.
Yeah, it's a parrot, bruv.
You don't know that. What, you David Attenborough?
You never seen a parrot before?
Have you not seen any David Attenborough documentaries where bear birds look like parrots?
A parrot is a parrot is a parrot.
A parrot's not a parrot. It's not a parrot, bro. What's a parakeet?
What?
What's a parakeet?
That's not a parrot.
Well,
But
there
I
you
know
go.
what a
They look pretty
parakeet looks
similar,
like.
innit?
I'm not sure they do.
Google it, innit? Or watch your BBC documentaries.
I'm about to fucking Google a parakeet.
I smoked way too much weed to be allowing myself to mix up bird breeds without further investigations.
Bro, parakeets are so different. That's a parrot.
You don't know that.
No, it's true though.
You don't know that.
No, it is.
You've got no commentary.
I do.
Why?
Look at this parakeet here. Look, the stock image for a parakeet on Google looks nothing like a
That
parrot.
looks the
dog.
exact same, bruv.
No, it does not.
They're colourful and
The
beaky.
beaks are even different. Look at the beak on
How
a
do you know
parrot
that's a
versus a
parrot? How do you know
parakeet.
that's a parrot beak, bruv?
Look at the
That
small
could be
parakeet. Look at the
that
parakeet
could be like
beak.
some fucking, I don't know, some like
You know them white people who don't have lips.
Vietnamese plumber bird.
You know them white people who don't have lips.
Yeah.
Parakeet.
Okay.
You know them black people who do have lips.
Parrots.
Parrots, bro.
See, look at their beaks. They're entirely different
Exactly.
to next
They're
beaks.
black. They're black.
That's the black bird.
Them type of parrots are from Nigeria, bro. Fullest of lips. This
Good. Terribly.
Episode 51.
Romeo Dawn. It's a lot. It's a lot. Until
It's
you
a
get
lot,
shot.
it's a lot.
Until you get bird in the dock.
We
They
must
call you
start
rocking your sock.
with an apology
You can't get a job.
because the last time we hit you with some content,
Yes.
I think was end of September,
Something like that.
around my birthday. And that is no way
Yes.
to operate.
Yes.
We should have kept you informed.
Yes.
Instead, we went with complete radio silence
Yes.
while we tried to address the crisis that was emerging as a result of the selfishness
Wow.
of one of your wonderful co-hosts.
Wow. Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing?
We obviously had many of you messaging, checking in, making sure we were good.
Which we appreciate.
Our mental health was good.
Yes. Healthy.
But selfishly, all you motherfuckers wanted to know was when the next one was coming. You didn't give a fuck about us, really.
No.
I'm joking.
Then parasocial relationships
Them parasocials.
turned parasitic.
And look, it really is quite a painful thing to have to say. But there was a very serious reason as to why we took that break, which is ultimately what we're here to announce today.
Yes.
Yes, your suspicions, some of you, are correct.
Oh, do people suspect?
This could end terribly, as it turns out, in this particular iteration, has ended fucking terribly.
Has ended awfully. Horrendously.
Johnny Vivas Juan
Juanito.
is leaving us to move to a sunnier,
Yes.
lighter on tax,
Yes.
much more continental
Continental. Mainland.
habitat.
Yes.
And yeah, look, we kind of had an idea that this was on the horizon, which is why we decided at the time last year that we would take a little bit of a break. We thought that the announcement was going to be one that we could make before the end of the year, because I think the initial plan was going to be that he'd be up and out before the end of 2022. But things longed out a little bit, and I'm going to let him explain it a little bit more.
Yes.
But yeah, unfortunately, we, as you know it right now, have to put an indefinite pause on this podcast.
Pause.
Because Johnny has decided that he wants to progress his career and doesn't give a shit about this thing that he's helped create in the last couple of years.
Wow. Is that what we're doing?
But in true this good and terribly fashion,
Yes.
Johnny, how are you, rude boy?
I'm right, I'm right. I got a bit of a sore throat. I had a bit of a shocker last night.
I'm going to need more sadness in your voice. I'm not going to lie, bruv. I need more sadness in your voice today. This is a dark day.
I got a bit of a sore throat, man. A bit of a shocker last night.
It's better. It's better.
Yeah, well, shout out to my boy Sartak, who's had his little baby boy.
Hey, big
recently.
up Sartak and Teti.
Had to go around and check them. Obviously, auntie's been round over from India, coming taking care of the baby and whatnot. These times, auntie's cooked up a storm.
She been cooking up.
Now, you know, as you get a bit older, you approach your 30s and whatnot, then mummy cooked meals, they become rare.
Yeah.
They're serious events.
They are.
Mummy puts a pot of stew on the table. It's a big man event. It's major stuff. So me, I saw a large pot of lamb. Yeah. I can't lie. I abused it. I abused the pot of lamb and the rice. I ate all of that food. I ate so much food I threw up when I got home. So boom, that's why man's got a bit of a sore throat. Man's nursing that. It was a bit of a sick one.
Grow up, bro.
You had to eat that. You had to eat that pot of food when it's put in front of you. You never know when your next mummy cooked meal is going to be in your 30s. You know what I mean?
Big facts.
You know what I mean? But other than that, I'm right. I'm right. Everything's over, man.
Well, I'm glad you're all right.
How are you, Rich?
I'm okay. I mean, broadly speaking,
I'm dealing with it.
Since you last heard from me, things have been good. I can't lie. Like, life is good.
Mashallah.
It's been a lot, and you know, obviously this podcast is my baby. It's my creation, and it's gone through quite a few different iterations in the couple of years it's been around. But you know, I think the timing of this whole thing gave me a lot of space, a lot of head space, a lot of time to spend with my loved ones, pattern up on other areas of my life. You know what I mean? Make sure everything's tight and all that. But generally speaking, I have been good. But we need to address the elephant in the room, because there'll be people listening right now who are like, what the fuck? Oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. I'm going to have to go and listen to all these other males with podcasts who don't know what they're doing. And honestly, that's playing on my mind quite a bit, because I think there are a lot of shit podcasts out there, Johnny.
There's hella shit podcasts. I feel like Instagram keeps like funneling me towards like podcast content because it knows that we made a podcast.
It's almost as if the algorithm is telling you, Johnny, are you sure?
Are you sure you want to leave?
Are you sure you want to do this?
Are you sure you want to leave?
Because we're leaving our listeners to go and listen to... I don't even want to mention names, but you know the ones I'm talking about.
Yes,
they don't say anything for 2 hours.
Should you get her cab for the first date kind of chat?
Who should pay on the first date?
Who should pay?
Should we talk about body count?
Bruv.
If her body count is 20, could that be the woman of my life?
I like traditional women. The ones that I want her to pay, but I also don't want her to work. So boom. Them ones there, you know them ways.
I mean, it's equality, innit, man? Like feminists everywhere, yeah. But you're only a feminist when it's like not time to pay for the bill and
Me,
that. Like,
I'm a feminist. I just don't believe in house chores. You know them ways there.
So we're leaving you with them for now, unfortunately. And Johnny, you have to explain why.
Yeah, it's a bit of a long one. I mean, it's not a long one. I'm bouncing to Spain, basically. That's what's good. I'm bouncing to Spain, and I'm probably never coming back to this country again. I'm leaving these shores for pastures new. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to do it. Sorry, everyone, but I've wanted to bounce and live in Spain for a long time. A little opportunity came up. I'm chasing that euro. I'm chasing that sunshine. There is 1,350 hours a year more sunshine in Madrid than in London.
Yeah, but how many Venezuelans are out there, bro?
Hella.
Come on, let's talk about your real motivation.
Hella venezolanos y venezolanas. We are about. So apparently, boom, I went to go see my uncle out there. I went to go visit a couple weeks ago. And he said that we have gone, because of the crisis in Venezuela, we have gone from like number 3 or number 4 gang in Madrid to straight up number 1. We're out there. We have invaded. And apparently there's a dichotomy of ends that we've gripped.
So you actually have to be careful with the Venezuelan women that you chat to, because it could be
peligroso.
Daughter of El Honcho.
Jesus. It could be whoever our El Chapo is. Our El Chapo doesn't even make it to Netflix. He's just incognito.
El Chapolino.
They're not Italian, but close enough. Anyway, apparently we're back, and there's areperas everywhere. There's hella Venezuelan food. There's hella stuff. I can't wait, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am very, very excited to be moving to Spain. Very excited.
I'm not gonna say congratulations.
You know?
Because I'm bitter.
And you wouldn't mean it if you did say it anyway.
No, I wouldn't mean it. I'll be honest. I'm broadly happy for you, innit?
Can we unpack the bitterness?
I'm broadly happy for you.
Is it hating the pod? Is it jealousy?
There's a whole bunch
me
of...
just being
relax
happy?
On jealousy. Relax on jealousy. I mean, look, London has peaked, innit? So I get it. London has very much peaked.
London's gone.
Like, I think since the last time we had the pod, like, we've gone through... Oh, man, by the way, you don't understand how much it's been paining us to be
not
sitting
recording
through some of the stuff that's been going down since September. We missed like Trussonomics,
Oh,
Kwasi Kwarteng, and
we're on
Liz.
multiple prime ministers since.
Even recently, the Gary Lineker thing at the BBC.
Hey, we could have chopped that one out.
I watched Luther, and I was about to tear Idris's ass up after watching that bullshit film on Netflix.
Pause.
I'm not pausing. I'm very comfortable in my sexuality. I don't need to say pause every single time I say something which may roughly be innuendo-ish. Okay.
In his endo.
In his endo. That's very good. That's very good. See the content you guys are going to be missing from now on, guys. Fucking hell.
Sorry.
To unpack your question, it's not really jealousy because fundamentally I'm better than you as a person.
Many men.
Yep. But yeah, no, I mean, you got to hate on the fact that you're going to be chilling in plus 15 degree conditions, eating arepas, while I am here.
Freezing.
18th, I think.
Raining and that.
And it's been raining, and it promises to rain for the next 10 days.
Yeah.
We've had snow in March, fam. Snow in March.
Yeah, it's like 17 to 19.
I can't even remember anything quite like this. So
Clear sunshine.
there's clearly a lot to hate.
Yeah.
And of course, the podcast thing is difficult because, I swear by this thing. I think we make very high quality podcasts.
I'd like to think so.
And the numbers don't lie. We got listeners all over the world. Shout out everybody.
Yes.
In every corner. But no, I'm broadly happy for you. I'm just hoping that your employers find out soon how much of a fraud you are, and they send you back, so we can just get over this little blip. We can
laugh.
I'll stand there with my arms wide open. I'll be like, "Hey, you had to go out and see the world, my boy.
I told you.
I'm back now.
I told
All
you.
is forgiven. All is forgiven. Come back into my kitchen, my living room, and let us go and record 52." But no, I can't be mad at it. I just hope you get blackballed, so you have to come back.
Wow. Full like career destruction.
Who needs enemies, say?
Yes, exactly.
You got friends like these.
Exactly. And you know what? You wouldn't know, but being an immigrant is hard enough without all this extra hate coming in my direction.
Yeah.
It's a very long process.
Having said that, like now as I get older, I'm like, my love language is being able to go to multiple places in the world and not have to pay for accommodation. So thank you for giving me a spot in Madrid.
I haven't actually offered yet. So
I mean, I will take it.
Yeah. No, the family has spots. You will have
tickets.
hotels and discount vouchers.
Madrid is Man, I hope this fails.
Straight to just mask off and it come.
No, I'm joking. So Johnny's moving with work. And look, I know that the obvious question that many people have would be, to prepare, Johnny had it as well.
Yeah.
Why can't we make this virtual? Because
Agreed.
virtual podcasts are shit. Let's just call a spade a spade. Virtual podcasts are shit. This could end terribly. Anybody who's been a guest, anybody who's seen this in motion, and I think for the most part, the listeners, I guess the razor sharp eared listeners will understand that like the dynamic that is created by us being able rather to look each other in the eyes is unrivaled. And me, I don't want to be facing connection issues. And every 10 seconds into the pod, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You could just invest in
You need to unmute yourself.
Invest in good Wi-Fi, innit?
Bruv, I've got great Wi-Fi. I actually moved to Virgin Fiber.
Oh, you
recently.
did, yeah?
Yeah.
Is
Can
that why?
Can you see that wham modem over there?
Jesus, I thought that was
thing with the light
I
at the
thought that was a
bottom.
PS5 or something.
It's
bro.
ridiculous. It's so huge and unnecessary. But I've got the fiber flowing through the house.
To be
So
fair-
it's not even about that. It's more about the fact that you might have some booky connection in
Yeah.
Madrid, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
And
It's actually awful phone signal in Madrid. It's very strange.
see, and this is the thing, and I don't want the quality of this podcast to be compromised. So it is a tough decision to have to make, but it's one that needed to be made. I wouldn't want our listenership to suffer. I wouldn't want our listenership to ultimately go down because of a lack of quality, because I think the quality, the sound quality, the levels that I go to make sure that this is a high quality podcast will ultimately be lost. We obviously have plans eventually to like make this more of a visual podcast, not fully visual. We were going to do some like cool things and new ideas. And maybe that's something to do in the future in another iteration. We'll see. But I didn't want the quality of the podcast to diminish. So I decided we may as well leave on a high. And Johnny disagrees, but hey.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, we are. I think we had a good go of it.
2 years.
We can be proud. We can be proud of our content. We can be proud of our episodes. We can be proud of the the stuff we gave to the people, in particular, what was it, episode 40, our special edition episode that I think touched quite a lot of people when we did that on our link between capitalism and depression. That was something that we were very proud of as a body of work. We were proud of. Amongst all of our other topical issues, our relationship advice segments, which went global.
Thank you for sharing the worst of you.
Yes,
listeners.
Yeah. And it was consistently the
worst and best.
Yeah, but it wasn't even
But
the
mainly
best.
the worst.
It was mainly the worst. It was horrendous content.
Thank you for trusting us with that
Thank
stuff.
you, yeah,
Genuinely.
for your deepest, darkest DM secrets.
Yeah.
But yeah, past is new, man. Past is new. Sometimes these things happen. Evolutions are required.
So you're like really not trying to come back to London ever?
I'm basically never coming back to visit again. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a wild extreme though.
Yeah, it might be.
You got people here. Family
I mean,
here.
I'm not famed for my moderation as a person.
True.
But yeah, I went a few weeks
And you
ago.
also backtrack like a Tory, to be fair. So.
Wow, let's not. I went a few weeks ago to go on a bit of a recce, and just to like double solidify that I was sure about whatever. I mean, it's basically done anyway, so it would have been futile to try and back out. But yeah, I went for a bit of a recce, and it's just a beautiful place, man. It's a beautiful city. The sunshine makes such a difference. Everything's so cheap.
You will maintain tans this time.
Yeah, we are not to lose them. Although I haven't yet found a good microblader, which is going to be a problem.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, no. So I've got one more appointment with Karen Betzin before I dip. Literally the day before my
I
flight.
mean, that's a good reason to like come back though. If you don't find a good one,
yeah,
dip in for the weekend, do a thing.
little Friday job, Harley Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, could do that. But Madrid's Leng, man. Anyone who's ever been to Madrid knows it's Leng. It's so cheap. If you have like dinner for two, a bottle of wine, a couple main course and whatnot, you never pay more than 50, 60 euros. Compared to this London, which is heck spent. You pay 50 euros on your Oyster card by the time you get to Central.
Plentiful blancos, not so many negros.
No mucho negros
So I'm
in
already
Madrid.
feeling a bit unsafe with the prospect of returning. To be fair, first time I went, it was blah.
There's a lot of Hispanics, and we're nice, you know. We're nice. It's just I wouldn't. Yeah, the Castellanos they are not acostumbrados.
Bro, I went to Barcelona once, and I was in Sagrada Familia, that big church.
Very good basilica.
And there was like a bunch of tourist kids, probably like teenage kids. And I was walking through there, and I got a tap on my back, and someone just like had a camera in my face, and they were like pointing at the camera. And I was like, sure. So I took the camera off them, and I was like, get in a bunch, let me take a picture. They were like, no, we take a picture of you, Alex Song. Yeah, they said I look like Alex Song. Right?
For real.
Yeah.
That's so ironic because he's actually good at football as well. That's kind of mad. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. But I mean, Castellanos just strange anyway. The accent's weird.
No, I fuck with Spaniards, man. I'm not going to lie. I got a lot of people from Madrid who I know who I fuck with. I had an ex from Madrid as well. Like,
oh, yeah?
It's all good, yeah.
She
liked my black ass.
All the Latinos that I met out there were basically parring off the Spanish.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so like...
How can you land and then just diss the
par,
incumbent?
Innit? Just par. This,
Why are you here?
Yeah, well, this is how people end up voting UKIP, innit? It's whoever the
100%.
Spanish UKIP is. But all the Latinos who I met out there were like, the Spanish, they're so cold. They're European. These people are not like us. And also like the whole like, no pasa nada, lo haremos mañana. It kind of jars all the Latinos who like come here to try and work and do things. And then they try and get to work. And nothing opens till 10 a.m.
So that
in
whole
Spain.
siesta life, right? I think this is something that a lot of people ask because they all say it's like, we wake up at 10, we go out for dinner at 11, we party until 6.
Yeah,
And
true.
then we go to work at 10.
Yeah, all of this
is
is
it
true.
like very, very, is it like proper fixed? Or are there like some organizations, some parts of Spanish culture which are like, no, actually we need that 8 till 6 life or that 9 till 5 life?
So I guess if you're working in Madrid and stuff, it's a bit less pronounced. So like places like Andalusia, for example, where it is a lot hotter, where it's just hotter down in the south during the middle of the day, you can't be running shit or doing shit at midday. Yeah, so like shops will just close. It's very normal. Like you'll go out in the morning from 10 till 12, the shops will be open. Stuff closes from 12 till 2, unless maybe there's a restaurant or whatever. They'll close from like 3 till 5. They have their siesta a bit later, and then you resume life. It's long if you're trying to get anything done. Like a pharmacy won't open till 10 a.m. So if you need to go get some paracetamol before work, you're fucked. Yeah. But like for example, I landed on a Friday night. I got back to the Airbnb at about 10:30. I'd arranged to meet these Venezuelans, and I was like, "Listen, don't wait for me. Order food or whatever. I'm probably not going to be able to get to the restaurant till 11." And they were like, "What do you mean wait? Like we're probably going to get there at 11." And like literally sat down in this very nice restaurant. 11, food came at like 11:30 midnight, and it was totally normal.
I mean,
It's mad.
eating at midnight.
Yeah, it's mad. I mean, in
Unless
Andalusia, it's
like-
even more pronounced. Like you can standardly eat at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's aggressive, but
That's
like you can
end of
do
night
that.
kebab territory, bruv. Like, why are
No,
we
the
eating our
night's only
meal?
just started. No, because you come back from work. You finish work at say 6. You have a siesta until 8 or 9 o'clock. You get out ready 9, 10 o'clock. You get to a restaurant for 11. You have a couple drinks. It's midnight by the time the food comes. And then basically I was asking, how do you balance this? Like, how do they spend their weekends? And actually it turns out that they'll go out drinking. They're not bad at 4 or 5 in the morning. They're not totally turned over because the way that they drink is different. But like they will just sacrifice their Saturday daytime. It's like bless whatever minor in it.
Long.
We'll go to bed at like 3 or 4 in the morning. We'll get up at like midday or 2 in the afternoon. Bless, it is what it is. Something that was very booky that I did notice, yeah, and I'm not sure I can actually survive with this one. Spanish people don't buy rounds.
Oh yeah,
They don't buy rounds.
everyone's.
It's fucking strange,
So
right?
the topic of rounds is actually a sensitive one for me. But carry on,
Okay.
because I actually think I'd probably prefer to live in a world where people don't buy rounds, because I feel like as the perpetual round purchaser,
Oh, yeah.
right,
Yeah, you
it
reckon?
never really goes round the circle as it should.
yeah.
And then I end up leaving most nights out very bitter.
Yeah, famous for his dusty credit card. I'm not sure I believe that one.
That's
But
bullshit.
The shortest arms
I've
in the
never had a
city.
decline in my life.
No, it's mad. So what they'll do is that they'll order the 5 drinks together, yeah, at the bar, and they'll be like, "What do you want?" Yeah, someone will order the 5 drinks. Then when the card machine comes, everyone just taps to their own card. It's extremely mad. So like this same group of Venezuelans that are like, we'd finished dinner, whatever, 3 or 4 of us at the bar, and I was like, "What do you want?" Yeah, gin and tonic, vodka lemonade, rum and coke, whatever. Ordered it,
Big
and
baller.
and then just tap my card. But I mean, a round of drinks is like 25 euros out there.
Big baller.
26 euros, right?
Big baller.
So I was like, boom, tap the card, gave them the drinks, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "What? I bought a round, didn't it?" And they were like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" Apparently, no one does it. It's very, very strange. It's very strange. People just people just
And
drink
what
at
you
their
really
own
wanted to
pace.
say was the reason why I'm paying for this round is because there's a very fine Venezuelan girl in this group, and I
fake
need her to
news.
not think I am a brokey.
Fake news. Fake news. I was there to make friends and
Oh, is it?
gain intelligence.
I am okay with people paying for their own stuff as long as there's, an agreement that's okay across the group.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
I said.
Actually, I don't mind tapping
rules
at
of
my own pace.
engagement. Yeah, rules
Yeah,
of
yeah.
engagement are important because I don't want to be. Like, I learn little things like don't be the first person to buy a round. Let a couple people buy the round first, so you know that there is a circle.
And also, if it comes back, it's like going in goal first when you're playing 8 aside,
Exactly.
because you're definitely going back in goal
exactly.
again.
Never, there's no first mover's advantage with this shit
Yes.
sometimes. Because
Yeah,
people
it's
act broke when they're not, and it's annoying.
Also, the other thing about
And you know
Spain-
another thing I hate about rounds?
Oh, go on.
When it's their round, they'll be buying £3 pints.
Yes,
When
exactly.
it is your round, it's the double, whiskey,
yes.
the finest
Japanese
fucking
top row
Methuselah
one.
rum.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's mad.
Do
It's
I
mad.
have mug on my forehead?
Yeah. Although what is also very lit is that they have Santa Teresa basically in every fucking
Is that like
bar.
is like house rum?
Basically in every
Nice.
bar. It's so lang.
Nice.
So unbelievably lang. Also, what's fucking jokes about being in Spain is that there's no such concept as ordering a double or a single in it. If you order, if you
the
order,
free pour.
if you order a double, they give you 2 drinks,
European
or they
free
look at you
pour.
like a dickhead, yeah. But they will free pour to rasp, bro. I remember I was in this Mexican restaurant. Can I get a Santa Teresa? Cool. This woman was looking at me in the eye, being like, "Go on,
Tell me when to stop."
Say stop, you little bitch. Say stop, you little bitch. How much Sprite? And they give it in the big goblet thing as well. It's not like the little like meaty half pint glass, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the big goblet of, and obviously like you can't be like, "Yeah, come on, please stop,"
You
because
go
you
Europe,
look
and
like a
I'm
hoe immediately.
Yeah, you go Europe and it's like a whiskey coke, and then they put like whiskey up, and it's just like
One
I
little
said I wanted
drop.
a coke, and
Yeah.
they got like 2 millimeters to give you some
You
coke.
little
on that
bitch.
thing.
You little bitch in your mixed drink.
Yeah.
It's a lit life,
Drink
man.
responsibly, kids.
It's a very lit life. Although the accent rattles me, I'm not gonna lie. All this Castellano bullshit, I can't deal with it, bro.
Venezuelans going over to Madrid to be racist. What the fuck was
Bro,
that?
Hundred, even
What
all
was
like
that? What was
all
that?
the other Latinos that I met, yeah, all the other Latinos were like, to be honest, even we don't understand the fucking accent. Like Ecuadorians and Venezuelans that I met out there, they were like, this Castellano shit is bullshit. And also the words are different. The words are different. So I was talking to one of my friends, right, and he sent me a voice note, and he was like, "Mira, te contestaré un poco más tarde que estoy conduciendo mi coche." And I was like, conduciendo a mi coche. Like direct translation is like the conducting my coach. And I was like, I mean, my coach, is this guy driving a fucking train or something? Conduciendo a mi coche. And I listened to the voice note again and I could hear traffic. And I was like, está manejando el carro. Right? So we say conduciendo, el coche in Spain is Castellan for driving the car. We say manejando el carro, which is like managing the cart. Yeah. So carro in Castellano is like a 4-wheel wagon. So they think that we're like peasants driving the wagon. And we're like, why are you man driving a coach? It's very strange. So the words are different. The accents are entirely fucked. People from Madrid speak hella rapido as well. You can't understand a damn thing they're saying.
I do like the accent though. Not gonna lie.
What, the Spanish accent? It is so bars. Also, what's also bare rude is that because I've got a very clear Latin American accent and I'm hella blanco, the first thing people ask me is if I'm Argentine. Every
It's
single
all gone
time.
full circle.
Every
Those
single
people
time.
you admire and adore.
No, bruv, they just like, I see, but viene de Buenos Aires algo. And I'm like, no, fuck you, fans. Man's a Jew, fam. Man can never be from them sides.
So when you bounce in,
Inshallah, my visa, my work permit decision date is April the 9th. And then I'll be hoping to bounce ASAP after that. So something around April 15th, 16th. But hopefully by the 1st of May, man will be there in Madrid on a rooftop sipping sangria for €4 a pop.
is there anything else you want to say to the listeners?
Is there anything else I want to say to listeners? Divest from this United Kingdom, innit? Because it's clapped. It's done. There's no point being here. London's clapped. It's hella expensive. It's grey. The weather sucks. People are shit vibes. Everything's mad peas, and there's no point.
Can you hear the high horse that he's on, listeners? Now that he's actually
Oh,
got his moves?
I was actually gonna say, like, everyone knows I'm an obnoxious poster on holiday. You man wanna unfollow me now, innit? Because I'm gonna
your
be
little recce
flossing.
trip. I was just like, this is gonna be unbearable, man.
Yeah, for sure. That was a young taster. That was a young like intro product. You know, when you get the John Lewis dab on the aftershave thing.
Just don't post as much.
Nah, I'm posting a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Spain's Leng. You can get a 2-hour train anywhere in the country for a little day trip and whatnot. Have a nice little lunch. Pop back to Madrid.
Sounds like the UK, mate. I can get to Birmingham in 2 hours. So
yeah, you do that. Enjoy that, innit? Enjoy that. What are you gonna do in Birmingham when you get up there?
Who knows?
I've
never actually been.
Pay £16 for a bag of crisps and a Guinness and a Weatherspoons. Sounds sick.
Sounds lush.
Sounds fucking sick. Anyway, anyone who wants to come see me in Madrid, I'm out there. Come with a little tourist guide. Want to get my flat set up and that. People them who I know can come say hello, come visit.
And to the female fans of the podcast, now that he's not officially a member of the podcast, beware, innit? Because his professionalism levels.
Jesus, what kind of anti-Latino discrimination is this? This is a slur. We are passionate people.
Terribly. We got some baddie fans, innit? Like, I was like, Johnny, relax with the fans, innit?
Whoa, this is fake news. I always maintain professionalismo.
Sorry, on your way out, I can't make it easy.
If we're firing, let's not fire shots. Let's maintain peace.
Can't make it easy on you.
Let's maintain peace.
Now, look, this is tremendously bittersweet. Yeah. This could end terribly, as I said at the start. Went through quite a few iterations. Obviously, we had Zav. Obviously, we had Tommy. We've had some amazing guests. And even before Johnny came on board, there was like all completely different plans. But what then obviously came about was a pretty amazing production every other week. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it. In terms of what comes next, look, as much as my name is Richard Abiade, I'm always going to have some idea or some sort of thing that pops into my head. So more on that later. But yeah, what can I say? It's been a hell of a run. To everybody who's been supporting This Can End Terribly As They Know It Today, we love you. Yes. Don't unfollow the ting. Don't unsubscribe. Don't do any of that. Just sit tight. And we will be in touch.
And a quick young clicks to Rich, really, because the definition of white privilege was me turning up and just sitting in a chair every week and talking shit. And this is his soundboard, his editing, his graft, his work, his life that he poured into it. It's been an honor and a privilege,
love, bro,
to sit by you, watching you do your work,
love,
and
bro.
being a participant.
You might be a guest.
This journey.
Who knows? We rehash this thing. You might be a guest. We might call you from Madrid.
Well, you have to bring that soundboard, and we can do a little balcony recording session.
Yeah, I might need to get a smaller one though.
You fit that in a little handbag.
But it's the rest of it.
It's a Ryanair too. It's a 2 handbag thing, isn't it, on Ryanair? Light work.
Have you seen the cost of them things there?
No.
A 2 bag for Ryanair. Yeah, it's more than the flight.
Not to check in, the carry-on luggage, innit?
If it doesn't go under the seat, you have to pay more to put it up top.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
I just flew it.
You better go and check again.
This is where you book seat.
Bruv, they're charging you.
1A from.
Bruv, it's standard is like if it can go under the seat, that's standard. But you have to pay to put it up top now.
Swear that.
Yeah, bro.
You got moved to. I didn't have to pay that still.
Mazza. Anyway, I'm really shit at these kinds of see you laters. But I think we want to wrap it up there. We've been recording actually longer than I thought we would. Just natural podcasters, aren't we?
What a shock. It's not like us to go on for too long.
Unbelievable. But yeah, as I said, thank you to everybody who's been listening thus far. Sit tight. This Can End Terribly as a brand still lives on. This Can End Terribly as a podcast. It's taking a slight break to extend the break that we said we were going on from September last year.
Yes.
But we will be back in touch. So Johnny, my boy, too much love for you.
Amen.
You're going to smash it in Madrid.
Inshallah.
Yeah, and I'm going to be in some of these unbearable posts on your Instagram when I get out there and visit.
Exactly.
I'm going to get my tits out.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Are you still planking, by the way?
Nah, brother, are you kidding me? I'm never doing a plank again in my life.
Swear down.
You know how you're never coming back here? I'm never doing a plank again in my life. Right?
Amen.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even give the people an update on that. I finished on 10 minutes, 5 seconds. I plank every day.
You planked for 10 minutes?
In 2022. My last plank was 10 minutes, 5 seconds.
That's kind of hard still. There's no need to do any more.
And then I didn't do any sort of working out for the first month and a half of this year. And all of the definition and all of the tone and all the sexiness in my body has just left the room.
Disappeared.
It's fucking annoying, bro. This is why people just get fat and eat. I don't even blame them.
You are looking like a dad.
Bruv. I mean, that's not. It's still very lit under here. But my planking body, goddamn. Just touch myself. Anyway, peace, you lot.
Peace. Join the
Speak
union.
to you in a bit.